How to fix snowballs not spawning in bully balls of snow mission due to 60 FPS. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we're diving deep into a peculiar yet widely reported issue plaguing one of Rockstar's beloved classics, Bully, Scholarship Edition. Specifically, we're addressing the infamous Balls of Snow mission bug where snowballs fail to spawn after the initial throw, leaving Jimmy's hand animated incorrectly, despite the game not freezing. This critical mission disruption, primarily experienced by players on modern hardware, has been meticulously traced back to the game's inherent frame rate dependencies, particularly when running above its intended operational threshold of 30 frames per second, often defaulting to 60 FPS on contemporary systems. Our comprehensive guide will dissect the technical underpinnings of this bug and provide a multifaceted approach to restore full gameplay functionality, ensuring you can complete your snowy objectives without further impediment. Our journey to resolution begins by understanding that many older game engines, including Bullies, were designed with logic closely tied to specific frame rates, making them susceptible to glitches when executed at higher, uncapped frame rates. The game's internal physics, animation states, and object spawning routines can desynchronize, leading to visual anomalies and mission-breaking bugs like the missing snowballs. This deep dive explores both direct FPS management and broader system optimizations to guarantee a stable and authentic Bully experience. Here are the definitive technical solutions to fix snowballs not spawning in Bully's Balls of Snow mission. Enable in-game FPS Limiter. The most direct and often effective solution is to activate Bully's native frame rate limiter, typically found within the game's display or graphics settings. This option is specifically designed to cap the game's performance, often to 30 FPS, aligning with its original design parameters and preventing frame rate-induced desynchronization issues. Navigating to these settings and enabling the frame limiter, or VSync, equivalent will usually resolve the snowball spawning bug instantly. Modify configuration files. For advanced users, direct manipulation of the game's configuration files can enforce a frame rate cap. Locate the settings.ini or a similarly named file in the game's installation directory, typically under Documents /Rockstar Games /Bully Scholarship Edition. Look for an entry related to frame rate or VSync and manually set it to a value that enables limiting, ensuring a persistent cap even if in-game options are ambiguous. NVIDIA Control Panel FPS Limiting. Utilize the NVIDIA Control Panel to enforce a global or game-specific frame rate limit. Navigate to Manage 3D Settings, then either Global Settings or Program Settings for Bully, Scholarship Edition, and set Max Frame Rate to 30 FPS. This driver-level control provides a robust method to ensure the game never exceeds the problematic frame rate, overriding in-game settings if necessary. AMD Radeon Software FPS Limiting. AMD users can achieve similar results through the Radeon software interface. Open the application, select the Gaming tab, then find Bully, Scholarship Edition in your game library. Within its specific profile, enable Radeon Chill and set its minimum and maximum FPS to 30, effectively limiting the frame rate at a driver level for optimal compatibility. Intel Graphics Command Center Settings. If you are running Bully on integrated Intel graphics, the Intel Graphics Command Center offers per-application settings for performance optimization. While often less comprehensive than dedicated GPU drivers, look for options to enable VSync or cap frame rates specific to the Bully executable to mitigate the 60 FPS conflict. This ensures even integrated solutions respect the necessary frame pacing. Employ RivaTuner Statistics Server, RTSS, often bundled with MSI Afterburner, is a powerful third-party utility for precise frame rate management. Add Bully, Scholarship Edition to RTSS and set a specific frame rate limit to 30, providing a highly accurate and stable cap that can effectively circumvent the game's native timing issues. This is an excellent solution for fine-tuned control over game performance. Activate Vertical Sync (VSync) globally, while sometimes introducing input lag, enabling VSync in your GPU control panel. NVIDIA, AMD, for Bully can synchronize the game's frame rate with your monitor's refresh rate. If your monitor is set to 60 Hz, VSync will effectively cap the game at 60 FPS, which might still cause the bug, but if set to 30 Hz or combined with other limiters, it can stabilize output. It's crucial to understand VSync's interaction with the problematic 60 FPS threshold. Verify game file integrity via Steam. Corrupt or missing game files can lead to unpredictable behavior, including mission-critical script failures. Right-click Bully, Scholarship Edition in your Steam library. Go to Properties, then Local Files, and select Verify Integrity of Game Files. This process checks for discrepancies and reacquires any problematic files, ensuring a pristine installation. Run in Compatibility Mode. Older titles sometimes benefit from running in Compatibility Mode for an earlier version of Windows. Right-click the game's executable, bully.exe, go to Properties, then the Compatibility tab, and select a compatibility mode such as Windows XP, Service Pack 3, or Windows 7. This can sometimes resolve underlying OS-level conflicts affecting game logic. Execute with administrator privileges. Insufficient permissions can sometimes prevent game processes from properly accessing necessary system resources or writing temporary files, potentially leading to mission script failures. Right-click bully.exe and select Run as Administrator to ensure the game has full system access, which can resolve unforeseen stability issues. Making this permanent via the Compatibility tab is advisable. Update graphics drivers. Outdated graphics drivers can introduce compatibility issues with older game engines, even if performance seems adequate. Ensure you have the latest stable drivers for your NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel graphics card directly from the manufacturer's website. A clean installation of drivers is recommended to avoid residual conflicts. Disable full-screen optimizations. For Windows 10-11 users, full-screen optimizations can sometimes interfere with older games, leading to graphical glitches or unexpected behavior. Locate bully.exe, go to Properties, Compatibility tab, and check Disable Full-Screen Optimizations. This can prevent the OS from attempting to streamline full-screen display in a way that conflicts with Bully's rendering pipeline. Clean reinstallation of Bully. As a last resort for persistent issues, a complete reinstallation of the game can resolve deeply embedded corruption or configuration errors. Uninstall the game via Steam, then manually delete any remaining Bully folders in your Steam directory and My Documents to ensure a truly clean slate before reinstalling. This ensures all settings are reset to default. Minimize background processes. Running numerous background applications can consume system resources and potentially introduce conflicts with game processes, especially for older titles less optimized for multitasking. Close unnecessary applications, browser tabs, and background utilities before launching Bully to dedicate maximum system resources to the game. Use Task Manager to identify resource-intensive processes. Adjust game resolution and monitor refresh rate. While the primary issue is FPS, experimenting with lower in-game resolutions or even adjusting your monitor's refresh rate to 30 Hz, if supported, can sometimes help. Lowering the resolution places less strain on the GPU, potentially stabilizing frame pacing, while a 30 Hz monitor refresh rate would intrinsically cap the game's output at that value, mimicking the intended frame rate. Disable Steam Overlay. The Steam Overlay, while convenient, has been known to cause performance issues or introduce bugs in some games, particularly older ones. Access Steam settings, go to the In-Game tab and uncheck Enable the Steam Overlay while in-game for Bully Scholarship Edition. This removes a potential layer of interference. Check for community patches or fan-made fixes. While not officially supported, the Bully community has developed various unofficial patches and fixes for common issues. Researching reputable community forums for a Bully frame rate fix or Balls of Snow bug fix might reveal specific executables or script modifications designed to address these very problems, though caution is advised with unofficial downloads. The Alt plus Tab workaround, temporary as a temporary in Mission Band-Aid. Some users report that pressing Alt plus Tab to minimize the game and then restoring it can briefly make snowballs reappear. While not a permanent fix, this workaround allows for mission completion when other solutions are not immediately feasible, though it's cumbersome for prolonged gameplay. System Power Plan Settings. Ensure your Windows Power Plan is set to High Performance or Ultimate Performance during gameplay. Energy-saving power plans can throttle CPU and GPU frequencies, leading to inconsistent frame rates and potential timing issues in frame rate-sensitive games. Access this via Control Panel, Power Options. Troubleshoot with a clean boot. Performing a clean boot of Windows can help identify if a third-party application or service is conflicting with Bully. This diagnostic startup mode disables all non-Microsoft services and startup items, allowing you to isolate the problem by systematically re-enabling services until the conflict reappears. This is an advanced troubleshooting step for stubborn issues. By systematically applying these deep technical solutions, you should be able to conclusively resolve the Snowball spawning bug in Bully's Balls of Snow mission. The core principle remains frame rate management, but considering broader system and game file integrity ensures a robust fix. Successfully implementing these steps will allow you to enjoy Bully Scholarship Edition as intended, free from game-breaking glitches caused by modern hardware. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more in-depth technical guides and solutions. Image23.png. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more solutions.